Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker with your tarot card reading for the next new moon phase from 27th of August until 10th of September. This new moon will be in Virgo. So Taurus, it's probably a very familiar energy for you since you kind of like routines. They're on the meta level for you, as I said last time, so it's not exactly about doing the same thing over and over, but like always in a similar manner, right? Mixing stuff up, but keeping a schedule, stuff like that. But you've been revisiting how to do this, how to make people go with it, right? How you try to implement it into other people. And now you're kind of, you're rearranging your own MO, right? Which is fun for you, I guess, right? It's fun for you to think of a new system that you can put in place, and you're not the person to likely experiment with shit, but once you see reason for it, right, and like not exactly find an argument, but like if it feels good to you, you just try it, put it in place, see if it works out like that. That being said, it is a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does resonate with you, like and subscribe and drop a comment. Also, share this reading to whomever you think might be interested. And I don't do love readings. If love comes up in this reading, that is on you, because you are projecting it, because life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I don't want you to project anything into your reality that is not supposed to be there. However, love is ever present, right? And we're learning through projecting into our reality more about our self-love, which we then attract with. So probably there's going to be some situations and people in there. It's always about love, in a sense. So let's see how this balances out for you. We're going to do the DNA spread with the spirit axis in the middle and the energies balancing around this from the decision of the soul or the state of the soul into manifestation. Now let us, no, it needs one more shuffle. Now the belly likes it. Okay. You're analyzing, that is a cool energy, especially for you. That is a Seven of Pentacles, and a Seven of Pentacles in a earth season with the earth new moon for an earthy sign, especially for the fixed earthy sign, that is a very comfortable energy to be in, where you're analyzing and restructuring and being like, okay, what worked, what didn't work, how can we put that into a new system, how can we deal with that, all this stuff. That is on a soul level, right? So it's probably a little deeper than just putting stuff into place in your reality. It is more likely how you deal with your, like it's more likely about the inner work, how you deal with yourself, what you need to deal with yourself. Also in terms of manifestation, yes, but it's very much an internal house cleaning in a sense. Now let's see what the overall topic card is right here. That is the Magician. The Magician is, well, you are in manifesting mode. So the next step of this internal house cleaning is, how do we get that into manifestation, into reality? So if you, like you said, like if you want to live a more healthier lifestyle, for example, like it's a very simple example. You want to live healthier, then what is it that you need to put in place to make that happen? How can you motivate yourself to do that? Yada, yada, yada. So the Magician is a very, coming from a very practical energy here, and making stuff come to reality also in a very hands-on manner, with a hands-on approach. Now let's see. Yeah, you're manifesting death right here, which can also be a Scorpio, right? However, you're manifesting a big transition and something to fall off of you, which is cool, because the Magician is not exactly focusing on death. He's focusing on building something new, attracting something. But therefore, A, something has to fall off, or B, you're building something, which is more likely in that sense. You're building something which then alters the frequency, so things will leave you that are not in alignment with that frequency anymore. Now let's see how the experience balances into manifestation right here. In the spot of the 1, there is the 9 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, 9 of Wands is a card for self-doubt or the wounded warrior, like that last steps just before the finish line, and you're leaving that energy. So first sense I got is making a conscious decision that your self-doubt was kind of in your way. And as I recall from a previous reading, your self-doubt came a lot from not being able to teach other people your ways, when then realizing, A, they have their own way probably, and if they don't see the merits of your way, then it's not your business. You tried your best, right? But it kind of fucked with your self-worth, not being able to make them listen and make them adapt whatever you were whatever you were showing them, also by living it yourself, right? And you realize that that kind of fucked with your self-worth, and it costs you a lot of energy, but you are heading for that finish line right here. Let's see, in the spot of the 2, there is that Ace of Wands. There you go. There is the finish line, or rather the start. Start and finish being the same line. You catch my drift? So you're coming out of that 9 of Wands where you're like, I'm not doubting myself anymore. I did all I could and I did good. So let's go for that Ace of Wands. Let's see what we really want to manifest here, right? After taking stock, having that realization. Now let's see what the realization of these 2 energies balancing out is. The lesson in there, well, is the Tower in reverse. So dealing with a change, right? And a change that you not exactly initiated, but that came upon you. But I feel very much it is in the past, so you're closing out that energy, right? Just like the 9 of Wands. So the Tower right here is basically that what happened before, which got you in the 7 of Pentacles energy, where you're like, okay, then it's different now, right? Something broke apart, someone was not listening, and then, or whatever, and you kind of broke apart, right? Just like that tree on that tower right here is breaking apart, right? So life forced a change upon you where you first thought you were to blame, but actually it was that fucking lightning bolt right here that just kind of shoved you into rethinking stuff. And now you're more in a taking stock kind of energy, and realize that coming out of this tower, of this rapid change that occurred, you're more like, this was actually opening me up for something new here. That is that Ace of Wands. That is you getting out of your self-doubt. It's like you didn't fuck it up. And maybe you did fuck it up, but actually on a meta level there is no fucking up. You know, it's the soul's journey. You cannot fuck it up. You can only fuck with how you're experiencing it. That is your free will. But you are on that journey, and the soul knows best, and your higher self is going to guide you. So you're learning to trust that again, right? Realizing, okay, this was supposed to teach me something. That's the energy you're in with that 7 of Pentacles. It was supposed to teach me that I don't have to doubt myself. I'll just have to pull through it, and there's always going to come something new to work with, something new to work for, to, manifest. And that is that Magician right here. It is surrounded by a Judgment in reverse and a part of the 4, which is the number for stability. So an impaired judgment that gives you a false sense of stability, which the Magician right here is looking directly at. The Magician, it's funny, the Magician is, what is it, a leopard, right? Looks over his shoulder onto this dove, like he's just about to attack it, in a sense, right? A little not caring, but just right at it, right? So you kind of realize that you were resting your sense of stability before on the false judgment. Like you're still coming from that nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands, like the possibility of something entirely new, showing you how you were dealing with judgment, with trying, like not being able to set yourself free. On the other hand, balancing that judgment, is the Son of Pentacles. So that is you. I feel that is you grounding yourself. It's a little cautious also, because, well, it seems like you had bad judgment in the past, so you're kind of not trusting your judgment now. But you still have that overwhelming sense of this needed to happen like that, and now we're going for something new. The problem is that going for something new, you're still not exactly trusting your judgment as long as you're not centered within you. And that Son of Pentacles is a very cool energy for you, especially coming out of a Seven of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles is like, okay, before we get it going, let's think this through, right? Where you realize, yeah, I really got to be careful so I don't do that shit again like I did it in the past. That is not exactly the fastest energy, but it is an energy where you just like put one foot in front of the other and carefully taking steps forward, right? Let's see, taking a step forward in a manifestation, there is the Daughter of Swords, balanced by an Ace of Cups. That is so beautiful, isn't it? An Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is love. So you got two aces here. Ace of Wands into a Judgment in reverse, into an Ace of Cups. So it's basically you getting an impulse, wanting something, then realizing, because there's that Son of Pentacles on the other side, you're realizing, wait a minute, right? I cannot just like go for what I want here. There's something missing to make that complete, because you learned in the past, right? And that's when that love comes in, where you realize, that's what is missing here. The feeling like you already achieved it, feeling into it, like how does it feel to have achieved what I'm trying to achieve, stuff like that. So the Ace of Wands is moving through that Judgment in reverse, which I find more as a realization about your own judgment. First not trusting it, then realizing why. Because you're moving into that Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups with the Daughter of Swords. Well, Daughter of Swords in that sense is a little voice of reason, but it's also news, right? It's also a new mindset establishing, right? And it's also, well, Page of Swords. I mean, the Page of Swords is swift. It is decision making, but I don't see it as a rapid forward movement. It seems to be a very slow reading with a lot of profound realization, which is actually cool. This is you grounding yourself in realizing, what did that past experience hitting a wall bring me? What do I need to put in place now to manifest what I truly want, right? And what you're manifesting actually is death. So is that what you're manifesting here seems like what you're manifesting here seems like this is really something that will fall away from you, right? Fall off of you. When you realize the Tower is supposed to make you rethink stuff so you can actually let it go. Let's see, in the spot of the 6, there's a Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse is that realization that you were hanging in there too long, that you had that a sense of stability was keeping, or a mindset that gave you a sense of stability was keeping you trapped in this. And it seems like you're manifesting love right here, right? I said I don't do love readings, but you have the Magician in the middle. You're coming from a harsh moment that made you realize you need to go through that to find a new sense of passion. You're looking back on the judgment you made in the past, where just like, next time I'm doing it differently. I'm going to be more cautious with that Son of Pentacles. And in comes the Daughter of Swords, accompanied by an Ace of Cups, which probably is a person coming in that is very intellectual, or that is working with you. Well, like, where you're coming from, people that were very much in their fields about stuff and not exactly capable. That is what I like, A, get, and B, remember from the reading before, stuff like that. You're now confronted with a Daughter of Swords that is an Ace of Cups, where you're like, finally someone reasonable here, right? Finally someone that helps me get out of my Four of Swords right here, that can like talk with me on like this very progressive but also pragmatic manner, that shows me what I need to let go of here, what this transition actually means for me and us, in a sense. So the Ace of Cups and the Daughter of Swords, it really feels like there's someone you love very dearly that is helping you to set your mind straight here, so set your mind right, and helping you to incorporate that Magician energy. So that Magician in the middle shows me that this is something very beautiful that you actually want. Like, you are in that sense of self-worth, in that realization that this is a transformation, that this tower was actually a death that needed to take place because it was time, right? So a very like a chapter of your life, or a way of being, maybe even a person that was taken. Why do I get the sense that maybe just for some of you that death is real here? Like that tower moment in the past could actually be someone leaving. Maybe even leaving, but I don't exactly get a sense of guilt on your side. I get a sense of not being able to prevent it. And now you're dealing with this aftermath, realizing the higher level of it. It doesn't have to be death, but it feels like something very pivotal was taken from you. Like it had happened in the past, something or someone, some situation, but rather including someone was taken from you, or like it fell apart or whatever, and you're now holding your head up high through the aftermath and realizing that it was somehow for the better, or at the very least there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't get negative vibes from this reading, but very profound vibes. Does that make sense? Like it seems like you're holding your head up high, and you're basically already on the way of building yourself back up again, but it seems like this death card is really you letting go what has already been taken from you, by realizing that something else is coming in, that it's for the better, right? That Judgment in reverse, it's not exactly a Justice card, right? The Justice and the Judgment are a little like, I find them close. I find them very close. But Judgment can also mean, in the Crowley sense, adjustment, right? And adjustment that doesn't feel just, but it's still karmic balance, right? That can also be, never mind. It doesn't have to be like that profound, but I feel like you parted ways with someone and or a situation in the past that meant a lot to you, but now you're already in the energy of taking stock, how to work through this, right? How to set yourself up in a different manner, finding a new passion, something new to do with your time to focus your energy on. And with that new passion, right, where you realize something about what had happened, that this adjustment kind of needed to happen, even though it was struggling, like you were struggling through it. But you're manifesting I feel like someone to help you through this and help you set your mind straight to more acceptance, or like you are already in acceptance. That's why the universe provides you with that opportunity that comes with a new mindset, that comes with a with a person or a situation that is very freaking fulfilling for you, that has the potential of all the water right here, all the water. That's the Ace of Cups. That is so fulfilling, that is so beautiful to manifest with that new sense of passion. And that Magician in the middle, that's amazing. That is so strong, that like in between all of this, with a Tower and a Nine of Wands, and a Judgment in reverse, that Magician is holding his head up high, looking directly at that Judgment and manifesting an Ace of Cups out of it. He's manifesting the shit out of that Judgment in reverse. That is you, Taurus, motherfucker. Really, from that Ace of Wands, you're like, that is that fiery impulse that gets you into that Judgment in reverse, where you're struggling with the idea of what happened and trying to find, make sense out of it, right? Trusting that there is a reason for this adjustment, right? Why did this have to fall apart? Why am I not guilty, right? Well, you did all you could, and it made room for something different. The moment you are strong in that Magician energy, that's when you manifest the Death, which can be a Scorpio person, right? That's also represented by the Daughter of Swords, whatever, because Scorpios can be very clean cut with their arguments, especially when it comes to Ace of Cups about water, right? Scorpio is water, right? So that is interesting, like someone to help you make sense of this energetically and from a emotional perspective. Because here the mind and the Ace of Cups are like the Daughter of Swords, which is mind energy, air, and the water, which is the emotional aspect. Like they come together here, and I feel like they're not antagonistic. They feel very even. I don't know. Like this feels very, very good, Taurus. It feels pivotal, like something that. Realizing that something needed to happen for you to stand strong and stand in your power, really. You are learning to manifest what you truly want right here. And yeah, and the only sense of doubt that remains is a sense of caution and not trusting your own judgment. But there is that sense of trust in yourself and the universe, not trust in your judgment, but trust in the universe, and that things needed to happen the way they needed to happen, and a sense of not exactly gratitude, but acceptance with it, right? And that is what is manifesting a beautiful Ace of Cups, a Daughter of Swords in your life, that is then helping you to get rid of this Four of Swords right here. Because the Four of Swords is like, yeah, you're getting out of that difficult period. It's you working through the mindset of that difficult period with a brand new mindset, the Daughter of Swords. So I get the sense that you're coming out of a hard fucking time here, or like a low blow in a sense, but You're holding your head up high and you're really manifesting the shit out of this. Holy fuck. Taurus. That is so cool. So what is there to say then? It's not your fault, right? If there's any sense of guilt or any sense of maybe I could have done better, yeah, maybe you could have done, right? But not at that moment in time. Maybe everything as it happened is supposed to provide you with the ability to do it better next time, but that doesn't mean you can do it like that from the get-go. And maybe it wasn't even like meant to be, because you did all you could, right? You did all you could, and it just got you into a very beautiful new beginning, or a new beginning that now turns out to be very beautiful. Because why? Because you are enabling it to. Because you're seeing you're trusting into the greater good, into the higher power, into that everything makes sense in the end, will come out bigger and better and more beautiful in the end, and that life doesn't have to be suffering all the time, right? And that is something that you trust in. And then even if you don't trust yourself, it seems like there's a lot of trust in that things will go on, and that transformation is like changes is always for the better, even if things seem to go worse, and you're trusting that. And the universe is going to answer your call. It's going to get you out of there. And whether that daughter of swords, I was trying to get the sense that it's someone that is going to just come in as the chivalry, like the yeah, coming to save you, the savior in a sense. But you are your own savior here. Like you are manifesting someone to get you out of that last bit of self-doubt, that last bit of that belief system. But you're in a beautiful energy here. So be aware that whoever is coming into your life, whatever situation is popping up out of the blue to fulfill you emotionally, that is you, Taurus. That is your doing. That is you staying open, trusting, and evaluating without judgment, right? But really, standing in your power and trusting in the universe and everything that is coming into your life. And there will be good things coming into your life to help you to finally let go, to help you get rid of this residue, this energy, and fulfill that transformation. It's going to come in. And when this is going to come in, feel that sense of pride, that your trust and acceptance really led you to this, really enabled this to come in. It's not just out of the blue, right? You did this by standing strong and keeping your head up high and trusting. That is so beautiful. Taurus, thank you so much for trusting me with your energy. And if that resonated with you, drop a comment, like, subscribe, give me some feedback. I always love that. And enjoy. You did very good. That is reward after hardship, right? After difficulty, and you're manifesting that reward. It's gonna pull you out of that shitter, and you're gonna, you're like, there's an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups. What can I say? Like, you're going big here. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Taurus, thank you. I love you.